everybody. So it is 6 a.m. As you can see, I'm already loaded up and at the gas station. This is part 2 of the range day that you have just seen. Again, this is something that you guys had said you'd like to see more of. The stuff out in some of these illegal trafficking. I hate using the word trafficking actually, but the illegal, the areas where illegals use. Stopping to get the essentials, of course. Monster and water. I have food. I have $3 to go. So, as you can imagine, you're probably a week or two behind on these because I really couldn't post the original video, the part 1 of me setting the cameras, and then give people a week or two to figure out where that was, because there are people that claim to be on the good guy's side, and there are people on the bad guy's side that both would love to find out where those cameras are. Arizona Patriot groups are in no shortage of glory hounds. I'll just say that. All right, and we are off. A full tank of gas, some drinks, I got some food. This is the point where I say, you saw the logo at the beginning of this. There's a logo added, and that is the logo of my group, Southern Arizona Militia. We're openly recruiting right now. We slowed down for a little while for various reasons, but we are openly recruiting right now. And if you live in the Tucson, Casa Grande areas, we would be glad to have you get a hold of us at southernarizonaMilitia@gmail.com, and consider coming on. We would love to have real patriots, not pretenders, not people that want their name in the paper or trying to prove something to other people. We want real patriots that are willing to sacrifice time and money and even safety for the cause of securing a better nation, securing a better and safer nation, and learning a bunch of stuff along the way as far as training and all that. So there's my PSA there. It was a while back. It was decided amongst the group, and this was kind of how we run. It was decided amongst the group that when appropriate, I would use my channel, because I already have somewhat of a reach out there. I would use my channel to help promote the group, because as of right now, we don't do any promotions, paid advertisements. We don't do any ads on Facebook like all these other people do. We don't shove it in people's faces like other groups do. If you find us, you find us. If you don't, you don't. But be part of that. If you want to be part of that actual 1%, it's not 3% anymore. The 1% that actually stand up, the 1% that actually do something good. Come check us out. All right, so I'm out here waiting on a couple of my guys. About an hour early. So I'm going to do a little bit of shooting here. First thing I want to do is, where's that sun? So I seem like I'm really blacked out. Is I put the get it out. The Armaspec silent captured spring, or whatever it's called, the Armaspec version of the JP spring buffer, captured recoil spring. If I can get it out of here now. There we go. It's not the easiest thing to get in and out, by the way, if you haven't run one before. Now, it's my understanding that you can run it with or without the detent in. I just left the detent in, but there it is. So it's got 2 stages to it, apparently, and all that other stuff. So, yeah. Put it back in there. Supposedly it reduces felt recoil of 223, which I didn't realize was possible to have less recoil, but I guess it is. Removes the twang, which I didn't have to begin with, and smoother charging, all that good stuff. We'll find out if it's true. It is a dead quiet day out here so far. It's crazy. So I have people asking me, or have had people ask me, about this Palmetto State Armory AR pistol. Like, how's it doing? Things like that. People know I like to bitch about PSA, and for good reason, right? I've changed the safety switch because the detent the safety switch that came in here, the pocket that the detent rides in, started grinding like it was unfinished or something, and it started getting to be like, really hard. I put the Strike Industries charging handle and everything. The day I bought it, my very first review, I said I hated that mag pull grip. So I have the BCM Mod 3 on here. The Sharps Rifle Company bolt carrier group, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the XPB bolt. So I got rid of that mil-spec POS that was in it. So the only thing left in it right now is the polished mil-spec trigger that was from PSA. And when I am shooting really fast, I have had a couple of unintentional double taps with it. It's weird. So I'll probably be putting a BCM trigger in it. Let's rock and roll. Let's see how this thing runs. Good. I mean, I don't know if I noticed a whole lot of difference. I didn't bring the OE one with me. It's still at home, but it felt good. It didn't feel worse, I can tell you that much. Brother Monk, say hi, Monk.
Hey.
Hey. He said, hey. A couple of the other guys couldn't make it, so we are going to rock and roll on our own today. go check on those cameras. We, Monk, what? Monk's not much of a talker, but in your words, what is it about doing this that you like?
Number one, getting out. And number two, trying to do a concerned citizen's part about taking care of the nation in a way that would benefit those in the middle of the country around Phoenix, Tucson that are drug-addled, taking that choice away from them, stopping the poison from coming into the country. And I say that by personal experience, because the cartels have, in my estimation, murdered people that are very, very close to me. And not necessarily seeking retribution, but we could use a snowflake word, seeking justice.
Unfortunately, justice has turned into sort of a redefined snowflake word.
It is.
It really has.
I see it more and more in that sense, in that vein, than what it truly is meant to mean, I believe.
Well, good.
So we do our small part, and
yeah, I was showing them. So this is a part 2 of this video.
Mm-hmm.
The part 1 they haven't seen yet, or by the time they see this, they will have seen it.
Okay.
Right. So because I did the part 1, which was that guy was. I passed that guy just up here an hour ago. He's been sitting there since. But the part 1 was me setting the cameras out.
Okay.
Right. They haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
As of the point of recording right now, because we didn't want that video, that information out there.
Right.
And the cameras sit out there for another week or 2.
Right.
But I showed exactly how small of a part and how much help people like us need. Got up on top of a little hill, and just did like a 360. I'm like, it's an insane amount of area. It's just an insane amount of area to cover, and the full force of the military could come out here and walk in a 30-meter spacing and never cover it all.
Oh no.
Never cover it all.
You could use a full 10,000 man division, and how long would that take?
Yeah.
Weeks.
So we're heading to the cameras right now, and any last words before we get there?
No last words.
No last words.
Ready to rock and roll.
See you in a minute.
Armor?
No, we don't need armor. No. Unless you want to. I mean, if you want to throw your kid on just to sweat, be my guest. But I did that last week. I'm not in the mood to do it this week. Oh, as a matter of fact, I didn't even bring my body armor this time.
You didn't?
No, it's not even in here. No?
No, I ain't gonna do it. I'll take the rifle though.
Yeah. The pistola. What do you got? So I'm primarily a gun channel. I think I just shut it off. I did. What do we got here? Explain this to me.
We got a Spikes tactical lower with a CMGG.
CMMG?
Yeah, right. Parts kit. We've got an Aereo Precision upper. Romeo 4 red dot And the
UTG. Flip the
UTG
side. Yep.
magnifier.
That's the same one I have.
Right.
A Man 2 mag and the Crimson Trace. Yep. You know, for being Magpul, I actually kind of like this. And then the SBA 3 stock.
Yep, that's correct.
Cool. That thing barks loud, people. That thing barks real loud. I was not at all ready for that.
Well, I did it.
All right. So this is the stuff. It's slowly getting beat down a little bit more. You guys recognize this stuff. It's the stuff that you saw a month ago or something. So a month ago when I was out here, this was in a lot better condition than what it's in now. That's what made me want to start coming out here again. What'd you do?
I took it off, put it on the other side.
Oh.
On this side.
But the cameras are over here. At least I hope. At least I hope.
Your tracks in here?
No. In fact, in part one, I talk about these tracks.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yep, I talk about these tracks, and couldn't figure out what they were for. I did pace out the wheel distance. It's about the same as my truck.
That is a full-size pickup. Except for those.
Yeah, these aren't. Those are like a 4-wheeler or 3-wheeler. Look at it. But then there's the foot traffic
Off to the
out there.
to the north. Yeah.
Yep. So it's hard telling, but there's also foot traffic right through here. You know. But then there's like stuff like this, which is a game trail, or yeah. There's one. It made it. It made it. Let's see. I can't open it while it's hooked up. So, okay. So we're gonna check this out in the truck. So here's the 2 blankets that have been here since last year that you saw in part 1. And aha! It's still there.
Still there?
It's still there. Awesome. Let's check this out.
It's musical.
It's fun time music. It has 1,094 pictures and videos.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to shut this off and put the card in my computer. But nothing yet that was like blatant people walking in front of it or anything like that.
Right.
At least in the first 100. That's only 10% of it though. There is a USB cord on here, but I don't have one to go to my phone. I have a card reader for my phone, but you know where it's not at?
It's not in the truck.
It's not in my truck. This has 2,637.
Lord of mercy.
Yeah. So let's go the other way on this one. Let's go back in time.
Which one was that? The furthest one out?
Yeah, this is the second one we picked up. One by where those blankets are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. I'm not gonna sit here and scroll through 2,000 of them. Not like that.
It's just a couple too many, right?
That's just a couple too many. Yeah. But I mean, I feel better about it being 2,000 than 5.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because at least then the chances go up. You know, if there was only 5 pictures on there, it's like, yeah, I'm probably not even going to go through them. It was a squirrel, you know. So let's go around. Let's get back out of here. Go out and around. I got something to show you.
All right.
All right, guys. Let's clear these notifications out and open the first camera up here. This guy right over here is what's going to continue to activate that camera. I hate it. I hate it when that happens. Those are all the videos. There's all the pictures. See if there's a picture. What's this? Looks like a bug. Probably another strikeout. So as you can see, I have some work to do. I need to go through these a little bit more meticulously. And then of course there's 3,000 on another one that I have to go through. But at first glance, it looks like a big strikeout. Sorry about how choppy some of today's video is. That's just the nature of doing this. That you spend hours searching areas and find nothing. Sometimes you stumble upon really big stuff. Sometimes it's nothing. Today was a big strikeout. So this is part 2 of the range day / looking for illegals. Hello everybody. So I thought it unfair. This is a continuation of part 2. The first part of part 2 was pretty, didn't come up with a whole lot of stuff. And I don't want to call it boring because I know some of you guys thought it was probably alright. But there just wasn't a whole lot to show. So this is actually now a week later. I'm continuing part 2. This is now a week later, and let's load up. We're heading down to the border. Last thing's you. All right, we are all loaded up, ready to rock and roll. Let's see if I can find a place for you here. at least for a minute. So, let's see if I can get the right key. So as I said before, part 2 just didn't have that much to show. So, and there wasn't enough for part 3, so I delayed the release of it and thought I'd add something. So I'm getting gas on the way out of here. I don't exactly know how many miles from the border I am right now. I think it's only like, I want to say it's 10 or 15. And we're going to be heading our way in here in a minute. And once we get there, once we're a couple miles away, I'm going to try to get you a view of the whole thing. I think I know a place that I can do that. But until then, see you later. So here's a pretty good view of where the iron fence ends. And I'll talk more about that when we get up there. That's where the iron fence ends. And it does not pick up for many miles that way. Again, I'll talk more about that when we get out there. We're here. All right. I am walking to where the iron fence, what I call it, the iron fence, to where it ends. So this, see all that barbed wire? That is what the Army came in and did. Is they just tack these arms on there and wrap some concertina wire all the way down there. Yep. And then boom, it just stops, like right here. Mexico, U.S. Mexico, U.S. The only thing separating the two is this Normandy barrier right here, and it looks like they put up some newer barbed wire fence there from last year. There's some cows grazing over there. And then these mountains, so that's my truck. These mountains here are bad news. That's where a lot of crossings happen, is over in that area. We're gonna go over there here in a little bit, but this is a place I like to stop, kind of look around, see if I see anything new. I usually don't, but let's go down here a little bit. Because this Normandy barrier does stop, and it does eventually turn into just broken barbed wire. Don't be surprised if we get a visit from Border Patrol while we're out here. I didn't call them this time because I normally only do that if I'm going to be out here for a few days. Now I know that they have ground sensors out here. We've tested them out before. But so what you have this gully right here. All right. So the Normandy barrier picks back up. Let me see if I can get it on camera here. Where's that? The sun's kind of fading it out. Right through there. And here. Back up to where my truck is. Down here, there's nothing. And that's a nice hidden pathway. Like I said, I do know that they have ground sensors down there. But I mean, there's just nothing stopping anybody. That's Mexico. Let me get the hilltop. If we're lucky, we'll see somebody. My camera has better reach than my binoculars does. Yeah, so this is our protected border. But I've been recording for what, 10 minutes or something? And I've been here for about 30. And there's nothing. Nobody. And I don't mean nobody from that side, I mean nobody from our side. There's one Border Patrol station tower way out there. You can't see it. We'll get close to it and I'll show it to you on camera. But there's one Border Patrol tower out there. And I don't see another one at all. But for a half hour, there's not been a patrol, there's not been a person, not been a Border Patrol quad, four-wheeler. Just sort of makes you feel helpless. So I want to show you something. Now it's been about 10 minutes since I last had the camera on. Went and took a leak. Walked down here. And there's some old clothes. These are probably from last year. There. Right. And then I walked down in there. I want you to think about something. I've now been here for what, 45 minutes. No border patrol, which I can't blame them. But I was down in here, and there's a little gully down in there. Oh, there's some more stuff over here. What is that? Or is that a root? No, that's just a piece of wood or something. Anyway, so nothing stopped me from driving down this road right here, right? Coming right in. There was no checkpoint, there was nothing like that, right? And if I was a bad guy, nothing stopping me from coming across here. Walking over, hiding in those bushes until somebody like me came along. When I say somebody like me, I mean somebody like me who just drives up here with a truck and picks up a person with a whole bunch of drugs in their backpack. That's how easy it is. That is literally how easy it is. I can drive, yeah, the bad guy, the pickup guy, can drive past 2 Border Patrol agents, come here, pick somebody up with a backpack full of fentanyl, and drive right out like we are getting ready to do right now. Having a little bit hard time breathing. It's a lot more elevated here than it is in the desert out where I'm normally filming. And we're off. We've picked up our load. We've picked up our fentanyl. And there's, I don't know, somewhere in the range of thousands of houses between here and the first Border Patrol checkpoint that I am going to come across on the way home, on the way out of here. You get the point, you get the picture. It's crazy. So unfortunately, roadblock after roadblock and just battle after battle, this just hasn't turned out well. I got this low engine oil thing going on. Otherwise, I would go back to that spot, the first spot we were at, and that I guarantee you that that Border Patrol agent isn't sitting in that one road anymore. So we could get down there, but I gotta go back to that truck stop to get oil, which means I gotta go home. Which means I gotta go on my way home, because I'm not coming way back out here from that truck stop. We'll get you as far as the Border Patrol checkpoint, so you can see that if you want to see it. Yeah, this kind of sucks. So this will be interesting. I think this will be the first time I've gone through Border Patrol checkpoint without my uniform on, my group uniform, which is, I mean, has an American flag, has Arizona flag, has our name, you know, all that. Obviously not, you know, obviously friendly. So we're coming up to it. Let's see what happens. See if I can nestle you in here. Going down to 25 quick. I forgot about that. Ears keep popping. Looks like they got the dog out. How we doing?
Thank you.
And it's that easy. I got my body armor and a gun sitting right here. He looked right in, saw it. Let me shut my... So, as I think I said on the way out here, one of the points in the inland checkpoints like that is that there's a very small window at the POEs, and then there's miles and miles of unguarded, unfenced, unpatrolled area. I showed you some of that, and there's, I don't know, I've been driving for 30 minutes from the time I left that area, maybe more, maybe 45, from the time I left that area to the time I hit that. So that's a lot of area. There's a lot of land, a lot of area to cover, and we can just hope that that secondary checkpoint, that's not an actual point of entry, catches some of the bad guys, All right, guys, I am finally home. talk about a disappointing day. Between some of my routes that I would take to get down to the fence or fenceless border have been blocked off, and I don't know. The good news is that Border Patrol has a much heavier presence down in that area than what they did last time I was down there, so that's good. But you did get to see some of the open areas and how unprotected it really is down there. So this is part 2 of part 2, and so long, and I'm probably gonna be a little bit before I make another range day video. It seems like I've been making more of these than the others, my regular videos, and there are things that I need to get reviewed. There are things that I'd like to do, and with ammo prices coming back down a little bit, I'll be doing some more shooting and things like that. So until next time, maybe it'll actually be a range day, not a trafficking area range day. So until then, we'll talk to you later.